The saying is never knowingly under-engineered, and yeah, it's something I'm aware of and I'm dealing with.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome along to our latest product focus piece, and hey, what a cracking product we've got for you today. As you can see, name on the front, it is from JF Hudson, one of our many valued partners, and I've got the man himself, Mr. James Hudson from JF Hudson, to tell us all about it. So let's start with the name really. What is it?
Well, they're called compact front boxes.
Right.
The reason being that they are designed to be on the front of the tractor and as close mounted to the front of the tractor as possible. Basically to give people storage space on the tractor that means they can carry what they want all the time with them without having it sticking out a mile.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, it makes it sound very simple.
Yeah, well, I can already see there's been a lot of thought got into it, especially the mounting of it. But just trying to explain where the inspiration come along. What was the driving force behind this little idea?
I can't take the credit for that. That was a friend came to me and said, look, I could do with a box that means I can carry a toolbox and some spare parts with me when I'm out and about. And so we started looking at it. And because of what I do, I use SolidWorks, the 3D modelling package. So we started with putting it on there, and yeah, it's not been straightforward. Every tractor, even within a brand, when the arms fold up, they don't always fold up in the same position.
So when they're in that storage position,
well, basically where their elbow is, it's at a different angle, or it's straight up, and so they always end up in the same position when they're down. But when they're up, they could be straight up like this. This is like straight up, but then because they can be like any number of different orientations.
In a little bit, sorts.
So trying to make a system that is sort of adaptable to different makes of tractors as easily as possible has been some of the challenge. So
really, to get around that, it's all down to these brackets here, is it really? Yeah,
so there's basically a range of these brackets to suit different tractors. And to suit how they go on the tractor. But also, you've got like a bit of a window of opportunity between the lights on the tractor and the lowest point under the axle.
That's it, it's got to be high enough but not cover these lights up.
So you've got to sort of like get in that window, not too high, not too low. So that's all in these brackets as well, getting them right is where you sort of like make up that bit of, well, get it in the right position. Obviously that not having them stuck out a long way is one of the sort of key features, and from a safety point of view, pulling out of a field onto a road, it's not having it stuck out a mile is a benefit for that, and having what you need when you need it when you're stuck. Having your toolbox, a few spares, grease gun, just having it there when you need it, rather than having to run back to a workshop or scrounge a workshop if you're contracting for somebody. That's the whole sort of principle of it. So
the actual box itself, do you do various types, sizes?
Yeah, so this is the powder coated steel version. This is sort of, there's the plastic, which is the cheapest option. Then you've got this one, then you've got aluminium, and then you've got stainless steel. All
right, so you've got a fair few options then.
Yeah, rightly or wrongly.
Something for everybody.
Yeah, inevitably you try and cater for as many people as possible.
And then, as well as the different sort of types of boxes and materials and whatnot, have you got various sizes as well? Or?
Yeah, so the narrowest is 60 centimetres. Then there's 80, a metre and 1.2 metres.
Right.
Just again to try and satisfy as many different sort of customers as possible. And there's other options as well, like with you can have a stainless steel or painted nameplate. We can put them on. We can mount a spill box or a fire extinguisher alongside the box, and then we can also mount a water tank. So a 25 litre water tank that sits upright and then folds down with a tap on and a soap dispenser.
Nice.
As with anything we do, it's a case of you can always ask the question, can you do this? And
Yeah.
we'll say yes or no. And that's, in some respects, you've got to start somewhere. So the range we've got now is sort of a starting point,
Yeah.
whereby hopefully there'll be something that suits as many people as possible.
So we talked about safety quite a bit, because obviously it's not stuck out on the road. Can you get lights and things like that?
Yeah,
fitted?
so LED lights, strobe lights is another option. Effectively, there's no reason why you couldn't put a light bar on the front of it as well. It's not an option we've got on the website, but it's in some respects it's just worth ringing and having a chat and saying,
Yeah, just see what they want again, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then in terms of dropping it on and off, I mean, because it's just on the lower links effectively, there's no top link involved. How do you, I mean, obviously you can lower it down, but it's not going to go down flat or square, so how do you try to get around that? Or
basically we have a trolley that you can lower it onto, which the trolley's good because it then means it's mobile. So you can push it around a workshop. If you've got, say you've got one box for your rake or you've got one box for your baler, you could swap boxes without having to swap everything out of one into another. So that makes it mobile, but that's not essential. Effectively, they won't go down to the floor, so inevitably they have to be
on something,
yeah. Whether it be like some pallets or something like that. It's because on the top, the lower link, sorry, it tips forwards when it goes down.
Yeah.
So then you have to put it down and sort of drive backwards to lower it.
Yeah.
And that's been another part of the challenge of getting the brackets right, so that you can get in and out to pick them up easily.
Yeah. I was going to say, it looks a fair old frame on it.
Yeah, well that was yeah.
You won't be shy with the steel.
No, the saying is never knowingly under-engineered.
Right.
I have a bit of habit of over-engineering stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's something I'm aware of and I'm dealing with.
It's like a bad habit.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it is. But in fairness, the frame on it, that's the bit that's going to take the pain. If anything, that really has to be solid, because if you're going to run into something, you could sack it, like, it wants to stand up to a bit of pain within reason and protect the box.
Yeah. And then just one other little design feature I noticed, because obviously it's fastened at the top by the link balls on the link ends, and then at the bottom it kind of sort of rests on the elbows of on the links. So
there's a rubber buffer there, basically, to take any shock out of it, and also rest on the bottom. But then also on some, because of the way they line up, we can actually get a pin through to
also
pin
properly
them on.
secure.
Yeah, so you've got the arms at the top and the pins at the bottom, but then on others they don't just line up, so we have a bit of chain that basically holds it on. But all that's really intended to do is stop it swinging forwards.
Yeah.
It's not meant to sort of hold it on, if that makes sense.
That's
this is the bit that's holding it on.
Holding it there, yeah.
I mean, it's not going to go anywhere, because when they're locked in, the brackets are pushing on the other side, so you've basically got it locked on. Yeah. And the chain is just to stop them doing anything stupid forwards. Right.
So in terms of getting your hands on one of these, you just mentioned your website there. Are they all on there for people to go and have a look at? And
so jfhudson.co.uk, that's our website, and there's a shop on there. Yeah. And basically the options are on there, so you can order off the website. We make them to order. So yeah, there's normally between a week and 10 days.
Perfect. And have we got some sort of rough prices on these, or is it a case of give you a bell?
Yeah, the prices are on the website, and it ranges from about 330 for the plastic box, the narrowest plastic box, the 6, up to nearly £1,000 for the biggest, with all the things on. And in fairness, the website's set up so you add the option on and it just adds it on. So it's all pretty automated.
Oh, right.
But by all means, I'm quite happy. I like talking to people, so don't be shy of ringing. Because as much as anything, I want to know that I'm supplying what someone wants. Yeah. It's not in my interest to supply something incorrectly.
Cracking. Well, thank you very much for that, talking around your compact front box. And stay tuned and stick around, because we've got a lot more coming up from this fella. He's got a lot going on. So I think what's the next product we're going to maybe have a look at? The silo crab.
Yeah, we're off to see the silo crab.
Yeah.
We built one.
Yeah. So stick around for that. And he's up to a lot, this fella. So go check out his website as well. What is it, JF Hudson.co.uk. Perfect. Yeah. There you go. Right. James, thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.
Spot on.